Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 517. Tonight what we're talking about is planking rows. Planking rows are something that I love to incorporate into my torso stability programs, yet, just like anything, we see some common faults that pop up. So I want to cover the two that I see that are most common, so hopefully we can correct those for you guys, get you guys improving those planking rows and getting the best benefit, the best bang for your buck out of them. The first one comes with the setup. Now, when I start people on planking rows, we start with just one hand at a time, meaning that we're not alternating left and right. So if I go ahead and I take this setup and I'm only using one kettlebell, although it doesn't matter the size, what I'm naturally going to do is set my torso up in kind of like this already twisted or torqued position. I'll show it to you from two angles. So when I do that, what I generally do is I kind of twist my torso and twist my open up my hips, and then I go ahead and pull in this direction. You can see that my torso is not flat or not parallel to the ground. I'll show it to you in this direction as well. So when we start out with one bell, the setup with one hand on the ground and one hand on the bell kind of predisposes us to keep this shoulder open rather than flat to the ground, which is what we're trying to look for. And at the same time, the shoulders come open, the hips come open as well. So you'll see it like this. Okay? So the first one is the setup. We want to make sure that we go ahead and get another block. If you need something more stable, you're going to use a couple 45-pound plates, or another kettlebell of about equal height will work as well. Because now when I go ahead and I set up like such, my torso is even to the ground, as you can see, and I can go ahead and I can do my planking row without opening up my shoulder and my hip. I'll show it to you one more time in this direction as well. So as I go ahead and set up with my hands at equal length now, I can go ahead and I can pull without opening up the hip and the shoulder. The second thing that we see is that people generally use way too much weight. Now, even if we're set up correctly with their hands about equal, okay, when people use too much weight, they no doubt will recruit extra musculature, and this isn't something that we need a lot of weight for to get a really good exercise in. So when we do this right here, what they'll do is they'll do one of those, right? Because the weight is just way too heavy. What we want it to be is just enough to cause an amount of difficulty, right? But we want it to be difficult, but not too difficult that we break our form. So, second rule is always drop the weight, make sure the form, and make sure I'm able to keep my chest parallel with the ground, and the form is good. Look just like this. So, if I get to this position right here, nice slow, I never open up the hip and never kind of do the lawnmower effect of that, right? So we have two things. One, look at the setup. Make sure that your hands are always parallel and that they don't start up at different levels, because it predisposes us to open up our hips. Two, drop the weight. Whenever we're working with core exercises, these aren't things that need to be excessively heavy. They need to be just done correctly. That means slow, controlled movement. The goal of tonight is to do 5 sets of 5 with a lightweight. Just expose yourself to some plank rows, and hopefully this helps you out. Guys, until tomorrow, we are optimizing function to optimize.